Skip it up and that up. So another day and another fine example of major corporations abusing the copyright system on YouTube. And this time it involves Fox and the show Family Guy. A couple weeks ago, Family Guy, or Fox, I should say, aired the episode called Run, Chris, Run. And in this episode, they actually had them playing the NES, or Nintendo Entertainment System, and they were playing Double Dribble. And they showed footage of the game, and in this footage, there's some kind of exploit or glitch where no matter what kind of shots you take, you make 3-point shots. And that's the shots that Peter was making. Every time he went to go take a shot, he was getting 3 points. Or taking a 3-point shot, he would make it. Well, that footage is identical to what a YouTube user named Switched uploaded back in 2009. Spoiler alert, it's the same goddamn footage. Fox literally stole the footage and put it into the Family Guy episode. There's no way that you could play it identical to the way that Switched played it on YouTube. So, okay, no big deal. You think footage, goes all over the place all the time. If it ended there, yes, you're right, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But here's what happened. Like a couple hours after that Family Guy episode, Run, Chris, Run, aired, the gameplay footage, because the gameplay footage was included in the Family Guy episode, I guess what happens is that Fox, they send the episodes over to YouTube. YouTube runs it through their copyright detection algorithm system. And right after they gave that episode over to YouTube, the bots went searching for people uploading that episode of Family Guy. And because it contained the same gameplay footage that Switched had, even though it was Switch's gameplay footage, not Fox's. Technically, Fox stole the gameplay footage. He got a copyright strike on that video, and it was taken down. Now, all is well. The video is back up on Switch's channel. The copyright strike was removed. Actually, Fox came out and said, hey, look, we do this to protect our intellectual properties, and once we realize there's an issue, we'll do what we need to do to fix it. So, okay, everyone's happy now. Switched has his YouTube channel back and his video back, and all's well that ends well. But it still shows how flawed the copyright system is. This is what Fight for the Future's Jeff Lyon had to say about the situation. The problem with an automated DMCA takedown system is that the robots can never know the difference between fair use and copyright infringement. It is not hyperbolic to call this mass censorship. Instead of copyright holders having to prove a video is infringing, their scanning software can take it down automatically, and then it falls on the content creator to prove they had a right to post it. Creators are discouraged from filing counter notices to stand up for their work, facing lost revenue and permanent bans from online platforms. This erodes fair use and free speech on the internet. Now look, when this happens, a lot of people are very keen to go after YouTube and say, hey, YouTube, your system is so flawed. What are you, this is unfair to the content creators. All the big corporations have a one-up on us. And you're right. You are right about it, but at the same time, here is why I don't throw my pitchfork up at YouTube. And it's not because I make my living off of my YouTube channel. The reason why I don't attack YouTube the way other people do is because what other option do they have? What can they do? These companies have threatened before in the past that they would sue YouTube into oblivion and make the site non-functional if they didn't find some way to protect these large corporations' intellectual properties. So YouTube's like, this is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act that we have to follow. These are the laws we have to follow, or these guys can sue the shit out of us. So here's this really fucking terrible automated system to shut the RIAA and MPAA up so we don't get sued into oblivion and we have to shut the website down. This is why they have these automated bots that go after, and these content ID bots that go after these videos, because if they didn't, YouTube would cease to exist. Because the copyright laws that we have in the States are so antiquated, this is the only flawed way. Now, I know YouTube's trying to change things where if a company goes after a person's video and they claim the video, that if the content creator proves that, they're in the right with it, the person who claimed the video will have to, give them money back for the lost revenue they had on it. But that's still such a shitty system. But the problem is that the fundamental issue here is that the copyright laws in the States, especially the United States, have to change. But the thing is, the large corporations don't want the copyright laws to change because the copyright laws favor them. And they pay a lot of money to Washington to make sure it stays that way. So that's the problem. And that's why I really want to see a change in the copyright laws, because this shit's never going to go away. Any website, here's the thing, and I'm sure there's going to be other website or content creation websites trying to compete with YouTube, and they'll say, I've seen it in the past, oh, we won't do that. We won't do the same thing YouTube does. Yeah, you will, because if there is some off chance you even get a third as big as YouTube, you'll have to, because there's no way that YouTube could have even a huge team of people sit there and manually look at the billions upon billions of minutes of video that are uploaded to YouTube every day. It would be physically impossible. They'd have to hire an entire nation to do it, and it would make Google bankrupt trying to get that many people to manually sift through video to see if there's actually copyright issues in it. Because this is the system we have right now. And until the laws change, websites like YouTube and any other website that you upload video to, their hands are tied. There's nothing they could do. So as long as the laws don't change, we're going to see bullshit like this where Family Guy, they steal footage from a double dribble video that was on YouTube. They steal the footage, put it in their video, and then the bots automatically take down the original video because they're like, hey, that stolen footage was in our video, so we're going to take down the original video even though we stole it. Because there's no logic. It's robots. And as long as the copyright system stays the way it is, we're going to see shit like this all the time and more often. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.